On today's adventure, we're going to talk about how to get ready for a big trip in 5 easy steps.
And don't forget to stay to the end because we got some money-saving tips and ideas for you guys out there.
Yes. So I'm Kim.
And I'm Kevin. Here we are with KKOA, Kevin and Kim Outdoor Adventure. So let's go ahead and get started.
Okay, so tip 1, plan. Get the dates that you're planning your trip and how long you're going for your trip. For us, it was 2 weeks. Then on your trip, any specific things you're going to do that require a specific date or time that you have to be there. That is crucial. For us, we were going to the chicken festival, so we had to be there at a certain time. Well, not a certain time, a certain date.
Certain date when they had it.
Yeah, so our start date, we had to plan to be there at the chicken festival on those dates.
So just figure out if it is going to be a trip that's going to be, you know, going to a specific event, or if it's just going to be let's go where the wind blows.
Yeah.
You know, there's kind of 2 different kind of trips. So if you are planning a specific event, this is where you are going to really need to put some planning as far as how far you're going to drive, where you're going to be, where you're going to stay, and that way you can hit that target event date. So if that's what you're going to do.
Yeah, and speaking of that, we were going to talk about the rule of 3 to get you to your destinations. So the rule of 3 is 3 hours.
Or 300 miles.
Or 3 p.m.
Try to arrive by 3 p.m.
So we're going to talk about that. So 3 hours, what does that mean?
That means try not to drive any more than 3 hours. Whether you're in a Class A or Class C or pulling a 5th wheel or travel trailer, like for us, we pull a travel trailer. Really, you know, driving 3 hours, you don't want to be tired the next day. If you just drive 3 hours, it gives you enough time to where you can still enjoy the evening, still enjoy the late afternoon.
Set up camp in the daylight.
Yes.
Yeah.
That we're going by arriving by 3 p.m.
Yeah. So 300 miles would indicate.
Really driving 300 miles in a day. If you're not really having some plans or to do anything, you know, like we were planning on going into the caves and our trip, and we were planning on doing hiking the falls. We were going to go down to the waterfalls, so we wanted to make sure that we didn't drive too far with that. But if you do drive the 300 miles is probably like a good max amount where you're not too terribly tired. It is a little bit different driving, a little bit more stressful towing you know, a travel trailer than it is riding in a regular vehicle, a regular car.
Then we have 3 p.m. Like we stated before, 3 p.m. is a good time, so you're not setting up in the dark. You have, if you want to sightsee a little bit, you still have that time.
Yeah.
So the next thing is allow for pulling. What are you pulling? If you're pulling anything, road construction. You could run into road construction. Right.
Yeah, definitely road construction, accidents, all those things can really slow down your progress. So make sure you allow, you know, don't get in a hurry, is they have a tendency to try to get to where they're going, and they try to get in a hurry.
Right.
And usually when you get in a hurry, that's when things happen.
You forget to check.
Do your checklist, or, you know, or you get too much in a hurry and little mistakes happen. So take your time, definitely, for sure.
And now you know your dates. Make your reservations ahead of time, as soon as possible. And what does that look like? Do you need Wi-Fi? Do you need full hookup? Do you need bathrooms, showers, laundry facility? Plan ahead.
When we were looking at some of the events or the places we were staying, and we booked it, what, 6 months out?
6 months.
Yeah, about 6 months out.
Especially we went to the chicken festival, and so the town was pretty packed. So we had a hard time finding a good, decent spot. And it might be limited also on camping spots available.
So make sure that the more planning you can kind of do it, if you can reserve ahead of time, the best.
And also where you're going, like if you're going to the Noah's Ark Museum, what COVID mandates do they have for that? Are they only open at certain times?
Closed.
Or hiking at Laurel Falls, you have to make reservations now.
Yeah, it's something new as we were here in the Smoky Mountains to hike at Laurel Falls. You also want to, speaking of COVID, I don't mean to stick on this topic, you also want to check and also see what some of the local, they also have mask mandates. So
We came across that.
some places don't really have a mask mandate. It's your preference or so whether you wear a mask or not.
Now we're gonna move on to packing. What season are you going in? Is the season gonna change? Because where we are, it's colder. As it got warmer. So plan accordingly. Also, are you planning on doing laundry? If you're not, then pack extra.
Right.
So you don't have to. And if you're doing laundry, bring soap, laundry soap, quarters, and stay at a place where you can do laundry. That helps, instead of having to go into town and finding a laundromat.
Right. We planned closer towards the end of the week where we had about a week's worth of, laundry. And we knew we were going to be staying, we were staying at Claybo's
Yep.
for, 4 or 5 days. We were staying longer, so they had laundry facilities, planned that to where we
Yep.
were able to do laundry, had spent a laundry day.
Yep. Okay, now we're going to talk about food on your trip. Get a meal plan. Prep your food. For instance, like we do eggs every morning. We put it in our container, as you've seen our tips before.
Some of our tips where we did actually, that way you're not spending the time cracking eggs or doing anything, you
Right.
can just have it all prepared. Also, store's a lot easier
Yes.
when taking your trip.
We made chicken salad, so those one-nighters or lunch, it's easier to prep and just hit the road.
Yeah, I think once you have your planning of how long you're going to stay at an area, what you're going to be doing, what time you're going to arrive, this all goes on the days that we've got to get up early or travel. We will
Breakfast burritos.
We'll make breakfast burritos, pre-make those up the day before, and have them in the fridge. And that way, on those days that you've got those events planned, whether you're going to go hiking for the day, hiking all day, or going to be down at the river like we are, or
Yeah.
whatever that you do, definitely go ahead and prep your food.
Yeah, you
and have
might
that.
not want to bring out the smoker or the Blackstone for a one-nighter.
Right. You may not even disconnect the camper. You may just leave it connected.
Correct.
And go.
Now we're gonna go to maintenance. Maintenance on your RV.
Yes.
What does that look like?
Well, some of the maintenance items you need to look at your tow vehicle. If you have to get oil changes done, maybe.
Check the tires.
Yeah, the brakes. We did have our trip where we needed to replace our brakes when we were out on the road. The truck to go get some new brakes.
Maybe fill all your propane tanks up so you don't have to do that on the trip.
Yeah. Also make sure like your wheel bearings. We generally try to do this, at the beginning of the season and try to do it a couple times, but especially more on when you take the big trips that you're spending the wheels are running. And this mainly goes for a lot of people that are full time that can relate more, because doing it full time and you're constantly moving and putting miles down the road. You need to make sure you grease your wheel bearings and grease a lot of things. So.
Okay, and the last topic, home. Home.
Are we going home?
No, but before you leave your home, maybe shut off your water. So in case there's a water leak, you're not gonna have one because your water's shut off. Set your lights on a timer.
Yes.
Stop your mail or have a friend stop by the house and pick it up for you. And last, shut off your AC.
Yeah, probably either turn down your thermostats to help conserve energy. If you're not gonna be home, there's no need to keep your house cold.
Absolutely.
So
now our bonus tips for you.
money saving.
Money saving, you ready for it? His favorite. How do you save money? How do you save money?
Money, money, money.
You save money by eating in your RV versus restaurants.
Yes, part of the food planning is plan your meals. It's okay, unless you just want to eat out all the time.
Yeah, plan it.
Plan it.
Put that in your budget. Today, we brought our Blackstone and we're at the river and we're gonna cook out.
Yeah, just gonna cook out. You're just gonna cook out here in the beautiful by the river and enjoy a meal.
Do more stuff.
So, well, we hope.
And my favorite tip, make a list. Make tons of lists. I make a list for everything, for clothes, for food, where we're staying, list, and then before you leave the house, you can recheck. Did I get my pillows? Did I get my medicine? And just go through it saves you a headache, and it's wonderful.
And having to buy stuff while you're out on the road.
Yes.
So.
Well, thank you for staying tuned to our money saving tips.
I hope you enjoyed some of these tips and ideas and that we have. And please don't forget to give us that thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and found this to be useful. And thanks again for watching another video of KKOA.